Hi, I am Karthik Rannan. I am the president of the Wall Street Club of BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives while they try to navigate the world of finance. I am happy that we will be able to close this workshop successfully on a very good note.
Hi, I am Raghunendra Singh and I am the Technical Director of the Wall Street Club at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. It was a great amazing conducting this workshop with XLR. The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets, which was very helpful for the people who are interested in the field of finance, business or analytics in general. Thank you.
I attended a workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
The journey was great. Initially, I thought that I was not proficient enough in Excel, but later I came to know there was no prerequisites for it, and then I applied for it, and it was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
Good evening, myself Kavya Ganatra. I am from Computer Science Association. I was the POC for this ML workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best and it was a very great experience over here.
Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Miss Ambika, Miss Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Right. Good evening. Good evening to all. So I think yesterday we were in the process of using that generative AI in the form of copilots. So let me go back and explain that copilots. So yesterday we tried with one some of the generative AIs using that what kind of format on that sign in that. Yesterday, okay. Yesterday we have seen with various responses from that. Okay. Okay, and it goes that kind of interaction telling that that responses is been satisfied for that like it is also telling that the prompt usage for that context for yesterday's its limit is over, and again you need to try for the new prompt. So yesterday we discussed with various prompting, like how can we improve the prompt and what is the context of giving out that kind of prompt elements. So before going into trying with the prompts with various generative ways, let me explore that what is this usage of the prompts over there and what are the advantages or as there in the copilot over there. Also, we'll explore that. And before going into that, how can we give out the best prompts for that matter? So that we'll try after this finishing of the yesterday's concept. Okay. So we have left out with one program like developing a plan for the product launch. The launch is for the new product smartwatch, health and fitness. The plan, okay, this is where that I told you that the perfect is to get the task and the content and also format and also the tone itself. So we will rewrite again this, edit that, okay, and add little additional things like mm, we have added the role also, acting like an experimental manager for that role. Now, let's give some an example to that, like that kind of example called as what is that? So we already explained that, giving out that a kind of example to that model called as short prompting itself. Okay, short prompting. We already explained that on the previous sessions where we are giving the short prompting, and we'll add some example to that. Okay. So what we'll add to that start with the competitor analysis. Start with the competitor analysis. And finish and finish with the social media marketing plan, including the budget also. Include budget column. So what is my role is that, okay, what is that role? Role is acting as an experimental product manager leading out the companies. What is that example is that start with the competitor. Okay. If you are in a competitor, start with the competitor analysis and finish with the social media marketing plan. Include the budget column related to that. So let me try with this example. So what does it respond? So let me check that. Okay. Unfortunately, we need to move on. Click on new topic to chat more over there. Okay. So let me copy out. because it is limited to this kind of text over there. So if you are in the purchase of your Copilot or Pro or Copilot of 365 version, you have unlimited of prompts giving out over there. So I'm not able to use that kind of prompts over there, guys. See that I'm not able to use that kind of prompts where. So what does the message telling out in the previous list? Okay, it's telling that message over there. What is that message it is giving out? Unfortunately, we could not move on. Click on the new topic to chat mode because the responses generated was limited is over for the individual logins over there. So that's a reason it is asking for that go to new topic over there, and then you can only able to give that. So for individual accounts, it's not possible to do that for because it is limited to the number of charts over there available for them. So now we are going with another kind of new prompt of stating of that. Okay. So let me stop that. What I have added that. So what I have added a budget column separately. Okay. Now I get that. Now we are asked that to add a budget column separately, but it's not doing for that process over there. See that. Okay. So prompt is not able to understand these kind of logics related to the issues over there. So I told you that it should add. Okay. Now it is telling the product launch prompt for health analysis itself. So that I want to edit that kind of prompt over there. Okay. So I want to edit that prompts, just give that it's still generating that plan for that. Okay. Okay, what I did asked for develop a plan for the product launch, and the launch is for the new tech product for a smart focused onto that. And for the fitness as well as include that 5 rows and detailed step-by-step explanation and write a professional tone but easy to understand. Act like experiment manager leading to the company. Start with a competitor analysis and finish with the social media marketing plan, including budget column. So I asked for the budget column where it isn't able to give me the budget column itself. See that the budget column is not being available. So I'll rewrite again that new kind of prompt again over there and understand whether it's able to do that. Okay. Marketing plan and include the budget column at the end. Let me think of that, whether it's going to add out that. In the previously, the prompts cannot add it because I asked, but it cannot be adding out that. Now see that it is able to add me the budget column at the end itself. Okay. The prompt is not able to understand that in the proper way for that. So that's the reason I had done for the rewriting of that prompt. So we have a competitor analysis. For that, we have allocated $10,000 for that. For the product development, it is 1 lakh. The pre-launch marketing, it is 50,000. And the launch is 30,000 and post-launch is 10,000. So these are the budget plans which have included to launch a new product of that watch over there. Okay. So in this way, we can use this kind of prompts which can develop their own actions over there. Okay. Now it's a different story over there. Okay. Now we have a different story of understanding this So with couple of minutes after, we'll start the comparison over there. Okay, we'll start the comparison with this Copilot to the Google Bart over there. With certain prompts, we'll get comparison with that over there. So before going into that comparison, okay, so we'll write another prompt telling that, okay. So it's a prompt giving out what kind of information, like, so I asked that, and again I'll rewrite that with some modifications itself. Okay, what kind of modifications I'll do that? I am going to, okay, I'm going to develop a plan for the product launch. The product is for new companies, the fitness. Okay, focused on health. Okay. Business. Ask me all the questions. Okay, this I'll remove that over there. Okay. So now the prompt is changing out completely. Okay. Ask me all the questions you need to craft this plan. Ask me all the question. You need to craft this plan. Okay. Ask the questions. Okay, we are asking, we know that at the end of the document, we have some FAQs related to that. So I want that FAQs in the manner telling out how can we ask all the questions from that draft related to that, how we are going to ask that. Okay. You need to craft this plan. Ask the questions. Okay. The system will ask the questions by questions one by one. And wait for our answer. Okay, the prompt should wait for our answer when, okay, when you have all the answers submitted. When we all the answers are submitted, then craft the plan itself. Okay. So what I'm doing that, I'm going to develop a plan for the product launch itself. This is a different kind of prompt out giving out. So what is this plan completely is all about? So ask me all the questions. You need to craft this plan accordingly. The questions which it is generated and the answers which we are giving out. Generally, we ask the questions and it generates the answers for it. Now it's a reverse thing which I'm asking out for the prompt. Like, ask me all the questions. You need to craft this plan. Ask the question one by one and wait for our answers. When you have all the answers, craft the plan also. Okay. Let me take that. Right. It is asking that certainly let's start by gathering some essential information for your smartphone product. What is the target market for the product launch? Teenagers. Giving the prompt itself, guys. It takes that kind of answer for that prompt. Okay. Next, the second question is that, okay. Great, targeting teenager is an excellent choice. Now let's proceed with the next question. Sorry, it is telling that your chat, yeah, the conversation has reached its limit. Let's start a new chat. So why it happens is because of it's a free version for the point of self. Why it is happening every time when you see that, okay, the prompt responses. I'm taking that responses every time from that. I'm not going to do for the next choice of that. Okay, I'm not going for that every time new prompt. I'm rewriting the prompts itself. So this is a free version which cannot be possible all by doing all that. Okay. So let me go back and kick out all these things. Okay, now it will generate the answers for us. Questions. So target audience, the primary target audience is the teenagers, which again I'm writing that. Why? Because why it is happens is because of its restrictions in responding the prompt over there. Okay. Next, it is asking that what is the next question? Features and functions. What specific features and functions would you like that smart watch to have? For example, heart rate. Let's list out the functionalities you want. Okay, we want these VP is one. Okay. For the next line, what is that? How can we go for the next line, guys? So press on Shift plus Enter. You can go for the next line over there. And we have SPO. Okay. And we have heart rate. And we have sleep. Right. These are the list. Suppose. So it will ask you the questions one by one based on that content which it is being understood and developed that. So what makes your smartwatch stand out of the competition? Are there any unique selling points or innovative features that differentiate it from that? Okay. So it also generates and suggests some things for us. Okay. So it's fantastic selling point, the unique stress level monitoring features, which is available for that. Okay. Right. Okay. In this level, okay, all the questions is been answered on that. Okay. So all the questions are answered for that. Now it's time to launch the product plan itself. So the product plan is launched. See that the product plan is launched in such a way that okay. This is where also we can generate the prompt. So this is the way we can also generate the prompts by asking the few questions and getting out that answers from our end also. This is the one way where we can get out all these understanding of the prompts itself. Okay. So now we'll again come back here to the prompting. Okay. Just we'll go back and see some kind of analysis like where we can use these copilots of creating all that stress. Okay. Let us learn more about these copilots over there. Okay. Okay, till now we have seen some context of understanding that. What is the first thing is that what is our goal itself? First thing is that what I asked that in the first question. What is our goal itself? What is it that I asked in the prompt is that develop a plan for the product launch. That's my goal itself. Okay, that's the goal itself. And next, what I added the context or the content. What I added. Okay, the launch is for that. What is the content? The launch is for the tech product of the smartwatch focused with health and fitness. That's the content or the context which I add upon. After the goal, my goal is to launch a new product. And the context is that or the content is to format that for the smartwatch focused on. And what is your expectations for that? Okay, your expectations like how should your Copilot respond? So it should respond in a professional tone for that matter. And that's well, it is able to understand for the matter source. Next is the source. What is that source? What information or samples do you want Copilot to use? Like what kind of source is that? The source is whether you can provide any kind of source, like provide any kind of link to get the resource from the data or anything else. You can do that. Likewise, you can develop any kind of tracking with the systems. Okay. This is what the process of prompting goes on. Okay. Generally, the prompts should be giving out in such a way that the Copilot prompts are instructions of the questions. Okay. You used to tell Copilot that okay, that the prompts are in such a way that, okay, the prompts are in such a way that prompts can include the 4 parts basically. What is the first part? Goal, okay. Like what is the goal is that why do you want to use from Copilot? What do you want to use from the Copilot itself, okay? And next is the context, okay. Why do you need it and who is involved that, okay? Why you are using this like Copilot for all that? And what your expectations from the Copilot is very important matter itself. Like what you are expecting from the Copilot, like what kind of resources you want to explore from the Copilot, all the thing, okay. And next is the source, like what source or samples you want the Copilot to use upon that. What source or samples that? Like any source of the sample that can provide information related to themes or related to your emails or any kind of that. So unless you are these kind of 4 points, you are not able to get a good kind of prompts over there. So you can put a little or a lot into the prompt, but all is the response. It should be very clear over there. Okay, if you want a very specific, all the details on it, all the parts of it, you need to go for this. Okay. Suppose you have a prompt stating out, write a summary based on all emails from Sam in the past 2 weeks. Okay, this is where you give the prompts in, where you're giving that in the Outlook Copilots over there. In the Outlook Copilot over there, okay, if you go for that Copilots, okay, MS 365's Copilot. In the Outlook, we have an option of Copilot over there. Okay, where you get this Copilot option available. So when you purchase this Copilot Pro over their versions, okay, when you purchase this Copilot Pro, you get that option to what it can do that. Okay, suppose your team member called as Sam is sending out the messages or the mails and you're not able to check that mails for a couple of weeks. So what you can do is that you cannot read all the mails from the Sam of listed out over there. So what you write in the Copilot on the Teams itself, stating out that, okay, stating that we want the summary based on all the mails from the Sam in the past few weeks. And this Copilot will draft these mails accordingly where you want. So this option is only available with the Copilot Pro only, okay. It's not available in Microsoft 365 itself also. Clear, I think so. Okay. So I'll explain that over there once. Copilot on that. So I'll show you that how do it happens for this. So this is a video way. It shows that how well it is organizing this. Okay, how well it organizes that things. So all the options are showing out for the Copilot. Okay, this is where analysis goes on. This is what I am explaining that, okay. So the mails coming out from this will we catch out. So this is the way where we have an copilots which very good versions available. Okay. So like each and individual for that matter, it can help you for every world. Okay, and in respect of these 365 options. Okay. So in this way, it can develop the draft based on every resources of the copilots which are available, like Word document, Excel, like every kind of formats which you see out. So what can I done with the Copilot's prompts? Like what can I done is that Copilot can build up LLMs that can connect it to your Microsoft 365 apps and the data itself. With the Copilot, you can do behind that what you can do that LLM power chatbots getting out from this internal data also. Like emails, all that which you're seeing out can be developed these kind of options like catch up in all that meetings for the copilots on the teams. And also like what are the questions you want to ask her for the meetings and what are your ideas for the presentations. It can also create that presentations over there. Okay. Suppose if I ask you that copilots to present a time management on that. Let's see that whether the copilots is able to build up over there. So what does it gives that an option to that? Okay. What does it show? Let's see that. Whether it's able to present that. Certainly, here is a concise presentation of the time management itself. See that. So we want two presentations like this. Means we want a copilot option to generate that presentations over there. So not irrespective of the content which you're giving out. Okay. So these can only happen on that Microsoft Copilot PowerPoint presentations only. So the biggest advantage of this Copilot basically is that it gives that resources from that overview. So you can go through that resource and get back all the options related to that. So this is where you want to create a presentation about. Try this prompt with Copilot in PowerPoint itself. So I tried in this Copilot. I can able to generate that content itself, not the presentation itself. So in the PowerPoint itself, we have an option called Copilot. Okay, there you can create that by just by developing that, like what we have used that for the presentations on that scale. Okay, in that way. So we have another AI tool which is available, which can develop its own presentation. So I'll show you that and the last of that. Okay. So for this presentation you just explore this. So guys, I'm telling this option where the people don't have Copilot Pro itself. Suppose you want to generate that presentations without using any kind of resources available. So just to go to Copilot and type like this, create a short presentation about any topic where you want to use for that. And it will generate that data itself. Just go to export and go to Word itself. Okay, it will be saved now. Okay, it will save it. Okay, we'll see you. Just click on view over there. So that document will be saved down and let's download that document first of all. Okay, first we'll download that document over there completely. So afterwards, what we can do that, how can we generate by this Word document itself? I'm telling that those who have not, those who don't have this Copilot Pro over there, that's what I'm telling that. Okay. Okay, let us download this. Right. Okay. I have downloaded this, or you'll get this kind of document over there completely, and you can save that in any Word document over there. For instantly, I'm saving this in some file over there. Okay. My Word file, I'm saving that. Okay, now the document is saved. Okay. So right. Okay. Just we'll do that after some time. Like how can we go to? Okay, just go to gamma.ai. Okay. Gamma AI PPT. Okay, just go to this. Because I'm telling the option where the people don't have Copilot Pro itself, guys. So where people want to generate that PPTs over there. Okay. From that draft where the people have been available for that. Okay, just click on create new for that matter. So what you want to generate, okay, you want to generate or you want to import the file. I want to import the file because my data is already generated from the Copilot itself. I have exported that Word document over there, and I'll select that Word document from this. Okay, it can be directly done when you are Copilot Pro on that case. So it is going on with the versions, like guys see that. So we want a presentation website or document. I want a presentations. Just configuring your prompt related to that. Okay, yeah. Okay, like what tone you want. Okay. Okay. This is where it is asking for continue. Just click on continue. It is going to generate that like what kind of theme you want to choose for that. I'll choose any other theme. Which one that? Okay. This is a theme, or which theme will I choose for this? It is good that. Okay. Like this theme is good for matter. And click on generate over. So in this way, it is going to generate that. Okay, this is where the people where they don't have any access for that. That's the reason I'm telling that it's not in the point of subject. So in this way, you can develop that Copilot with where the Copilot is not being available. So we have another option to work on with this. Okay, called as comma.ai. Okay, where the document is generated. You can develop the text of the documents over there and use these technologies of AI, which can be advanced to same like of prompt which we can generate from these copilots also similar to that. Okay, this is where the option is not being such a matter of availability of that cross checking for that. Okay, in this way, see that how flexibly it is going to generate from that document which we shared upon that into a PPT of by AI generation like tools. So your presentation is done. Now the presentation is done. Let us export this presentation by clicking that. Okay, export. Okay, you can export by the PPT over there. Okay, this is very alternative way of using that kind of prompting technologies, guys. So now let us explore that and see that how this prompts is coming out for this. Okay, let's see that how the PPT looks like for that matter, whether it's going to give any sense on that, okay, or not. Let's explore that. Okay, see that the presentation is very good enough. Okay, you can see that it's a very quick time it is generated the presentations itself. Okay, the quick time it is generated that presentations very cleanly and good enough with the templates also. So that is what you can also choose that kind of leveraging of the tools also. Okay, so this is one kind of alternative options which I showed you that. Okay, you can also stick on to that or not. That's your wish. Right. Okay. Now we have an option of where we are now. Right. Okay. This is where it is able to generate that kind of drafts related to the issues, like where we can use that prompts in the usage of that. Now we are in the point of discussing like some kind of concepts. Like, okay, let me go back and share that. Okay, we now. Right. Okay, we are discussing this. How do we create that short presentations? How do you edit that? Okay, by an LLM models, all that. Okay, now we have an option that okay, create a prompts accordingly. Okay, how can we customize that or create a prompt like okay? So now AI building prompts are running out with GPT 3.5 Turbo models, all that powered by a Azure OpenAI. This capability is limited to some regions of it. Okay. In some regions, still the people are running with the GPT 3.5 Turbo, but we are running with GPT's 4 over there. Okay. Okay. Next, we are using this specific advances like using that. Okay. Like in this case, you see that the prompt might include the following information, searching out that the topic wise and the keywords of the pieces and the tone of that responses and also the content for that. Okay. And if your prompt is very good enough stating of for the matters, like it is very clear and concise for that. Okay. And it is written in a clear and concise language that could understand by the prompts very clearly for that matter also. Okay. And next, it has a specific enough to guide that GPT models in the right decisions or the right directions. Next, we have a contextual models like, okay, the content of GPT's model to generate that meaningful outputs for them. And the relevant kind of task where the GPT can able to perform that. In the previous example also, I asked it to I ask it to generate another budget column itself. So for the first prompt, it is not able to generate that. and I asked it that, and or I just edited that prompt itself, and it is able to generate that kind of responses from it. Okay. Okay, next the parts of the prompt. Okay, there are generally two parts of the prompts on the GPT model for the instructions where the context is able to. The first one is the instructions is the first part of the prompt. Okay, it should provide clear directionals on what the GPT model should do. For example, summarize this email in 3 bullets. Okay, and next the content is that second part of the prompt. It should provide the information the GPT model need to generate an appropriate responses, for example, so that, okay. The email contains that customer feedback from the past week also. Okay, this is where that the context of generating the prompts very simple for them. As you can see that AI builder prompt builder itself, a prompt engineering guide, what it can do that, okay. The prompts are how that where you see that so where these prompts can build and customize generate the capability of build Power Platform. Using this Power Platform, it can do that. Okay, it can do some summarizing text, all that this process, like with a builder Power Builders, like summarization, classification, sentiment and extraction, rewriting. We'll see all that options tomorrow itself. Like we develop our own Copilot for tomorrow. Okay, based on any data. Okay, if you want, you can send the data in the chat also related to the data or the PDF files or the Excel files or the any link itself. So I'll give that links also. Okay, to that and I generate the prompt and you send me the question which I want to ask also. Okay, I'll ask that questions. It will extract the answers from the data itself and also send the data from your choice, and we'll do some classification, summarization, sentiment analysis, extraction, and the rewriting of that contents and the drafting also can be done for the tomorrow models itself. Okay, tomorrow we'll generate all the we will generate one model. Okay, like we'll generate one GPT transformer. Okay, where we give the prompts accordingly and how well it is able to generate and publish that GPTs itself. Okay. Next, we already know that what is this prompt engineering for that, and create a GPT's prompts in such a way that how do we create that? We'll go back and create all that GPT's prompt from tomorrow, or like what are this power app using this power apps, so all that things. Okay, this is where this data is been completely available. Okay. Now, today I want to explore with some other option also called as Microsoft Forms also. Like we know the Google Forms itself. For what purpose we use? We use that Google Form to understand the data from others and to fill out the data and see that data in some Excel forms also. Okay. So likewise, we have a customized Microsoft Forms also. How do you click that? We just go to Microsoft Forms. Okay. Just click on Microsoft Forms. Okay, this is similarly the survey link on the forms for. Okay, this is where similarly kind of survey link form like Google Forms itself. So likewise, how do it happens and see that? Let's explore that. Okay, here also the Copilot is involved completely in the backend. Okay. So when you select any kind of option related to the issues over there, okay. Okay. Suppose you want to use that. Okay. Suppose you want to get a new form related to that. Okay. So you want a new forms related to that. Okay. Okay. So like which employee satisfaction survey I want that. Okay, just click on that. Okay. It automatically generates the survey forms according to you. See that. I didn't ask that or I didn't give that any kind of information related to that. Okay. All the information which is saved out, like completely given out that. Okay. Okay. You can edit these forms and customize these forms also. Likewise, where Google Forms can be shared. So this is called your Microsoft Forms link over there. And you can see that preview where it has been completely available for that mobile mode as well as your computer mode also. Okay. And this is where if you want to start that, see that it gives us options to select all that and submit that option. So, okay. This is where called as your likewise, if you want to create a new form, so you can also create that new forms listed out over there. Okay. So choice. Okay. Likewise, you can create a similar to that responses for the Google Forms. Like okay. If you want to add the styles related to that, okay, you can also add that styles of the models on. Okay. It's very pretty simple to that way we use that. Okay. For the surveys, all that we are using that. Okay. This is what I want to show that. And also you can ask you for the invitation. Also, you want to put some quiz over there. Okay. So you can put that quiz related to these Google Forms, like, and you can see that responses. Okay. Share to collect the responses. It will give you all the dashboard responses and which you can see that responses in any kind of forms like okay with that links. So this is a way of getting out the usage of that. Okay. Now we have an option called booking also, which is for the Outlook like booking platform. Okay. Suppose you want to book a page for that. Okay. Create a meeting booking for that. Okay. If you want to book someone's slot related to that. Okay. Okay, you want to book their meeting on that some slots over there. Okay, you can book that by using these options. Okay, these are some pretty options which are available that, and we'll go more into the details and we'll explore all that options related to this. And now, suppose you want to do some invitation. You want to give that some invitation. Suppose you are conducting some FD fees on that matter, or you want to give some invitation to someone else for that funds. Okay, you can also give that invitations in the prospective manner. Like okay, okay, this is where for that my account itself for the organization accounts. Okay, now you want to use for that your individual account. Let's see that. I'll show you that for the individual accounts. There is some differences with that individual accounts and to that normal accounts. So I'll show you that Microsoft Forms. It is loading. Yeah. So it's asking for the premium account to work on. Like okay. Now if we click on new forms related to that, okay. So like anything of the responses, you want to add some music to that form. So okay. for the case I want to send some invitations for that. Okay. Okay, there are various templates available where you can use out that forms related to. Okay. For the registration and sign up forms, where you want to add this like event registration forms, like okay, this is for the event registration forms over there. So you can try these and can edit that options over there. Okay. Likewise, there are for the birthday party invitations for that is you can use this like all options related to that. Right. Okay. So now I'll show you explore that some what's related to this to share this PPT. What is so now we are going with the additional tool of what is this Copilot Studio, and how we build up and how do we customize and how do we manage that case of that all that now we are going to see that. So like okay, this is the agenda of that. Okay, today's agendas for the second half, second session is that okay. So introducing this Copilot Studio. Till now we have not used this Copilot Studio, guys. Till now, okay. Today's class and tomorrow's is completely related to the Copilot Studio, and we will also see the comparison between this Copilot as well as Google Gemini or the Bard itself. Okay, the thing is that okay, we'll see that comparison with giving out different prompts on that cases like someone asked you for that plagiarism check also that we'll see that, and for the image generation also that we also will see with this both the two cases like what you want to use at on that context. Okay, before going into that, tomorrow I told you that we will generate our own GPTs over there based on the datas which we are using out of there. Could be any datas or any kind of data which we are working. Okay, so for that datas or to develop these GPT models from the data itself. Okay, we are going to use a option or that we are going to use a platform called as Copilot Studio itself. I think it is clear that okay, we are using that option called as Copilot Studio. So we are using to build that and customize that and manage that from the Copilot Studios over there. Okay. So this is all about today's agenda of the second of sessions. Like what is future of the future is conversational because the evolution is going on in such a way that when you see that 2022 where OpenAI has developed that we are very new to that GPT itself, and for the last year itself we have had several GPTs generated like various AI models is coming out. Okay, you have seen recently that I have developed that presentation from one of the AI tools over there. So like that's not a AI tool which we are seeing out. There are plenty of AI tools developed with that. So now where we developed our own GPTs and publish that GPTs also in some using some API over there. So like now I'm the user where I want to use I want to have my GPTs and my web page also. Okay, what do? I take a connection from the Copilot Studio, the purchase version. Okay, and dump all the content related to the informations in the Copilot Studios and get a connection with some APIs connections, and with that API I publish my own GPT over there so that everyone can use and ask the questions to that site related any information, and it generates all the answers related to the issues itself. So that becomes easy. From the previous cases where the people were using the people were asking for that customer support every time, and that support responses is very late for the patterns of that. So likewise, we were using this Copilot Studios for the matters, and we are also building that Copilot Studios and for the generative AI buildings and the customizations. How this customization got, so Microsoft 365 Copilot, the customizations usage, and the other Copilot experiences which we have used, and the one connected platforms. Like we have seen with the multiple Copilots in the Word document, and the Copilot in Excel, and the Copilot in Power Platform, and the Copilot in the Google Forms, like Microsoft Forms, and also the Copilot in Excel. All that are linked to one platform over there. That platforms, and also we have a SharePoint itself where we can dump all the drives, and also we have one drive. So all that are connected with one platform called as Microsoft 365 Copilot platform only. So that we can do some of the customizations, and also managing with the security and governance for that. Because when you are publishing your GPTs out of that world itself, anyone can access that usage, anyone can access that in the usage itself, and anyone can use that over there. Okay, it's not limited to that, so we don't have any kind of limitation for that matter. So that becomes a big headache for that, for cyber people to attack that GPTs over there. So that we have in the Microsoft we have a security and governance which were responsible for AI itself. So we'll explore all that things. First, we'll start that how the future is conversationals, because as I told you that, so mobile phones has been came out before the 16 years, and internet 7 years, and the Facebook is 4.5 years for that. So see that the data is going on, okay, with the generative AI technologies here. Time to reach 100 million users of using this generative AI technology itself. So like users, when every platform where it reaches to that are reaching out through this 100 millions over there. Okay. So next, the movement of conversational AIs by 2026 over there. Okay, 30% of the work activities involved in the use of technology will be conversationally enabled over there. Okay, by 2026, the conversational artificial intelligence deployments over there. Like deployments means publishing of every kind of generative AIs for that. Okay. Within the contact centers will reduce the agent labor cost by $80 million over there. So that's what I'm telling, that there is no use of customer support in respect of that, because we already developed our own generative AIs, and that generative AIs are being used up with various platforms, so that human involvement is cut down over there. Okay, we just dump the data, or we give the real-time connection of the data. So that also I'll tell you that the real-time connection of the data, like what are the real-time, like dynamic HTMLs, like we have a temperatures over there, like likewise the dynamic temperatures, all that things which we are going to see that in this matter, like okay. And by 2026, up to 80% of the organizations, detailed experiences will be delivered to consumers via the virtual people. There is no human involvement happened that in that time. Okay, that is where the conversational AIs came into picture. That. So next, challenging in traditional board building, like budget and time constraints for that is challenging in traditional board building, where you build upon with chat GPTs for that. Okay, there is no constraint of within the time, so and the budget is friendly for that, and maintaining the content over there, because the content is been saved in any way, it's connected to one platform over there. And next, integration with business systems for that matter. And the product and technical onboardings. The next, security and compliance risk. All these been challenges are overcome, and the infrastructure and resource hosting, because there is no such infrastructure to be able in the particular location. It can be in any boarding on that over there. So that all that conversational AIs, like what are they which we talked about that? Okay, when we talked about these, we have challenges in developing these chatbots over there. Okay, are being reduced in a race over there. So it can be irrational of that nature. Okay, where it has the chances of molding or developing that kind of systems. Like okay. So by 2026 over there, okay, 80% of the organizations are detailed experience with it. So that's what we are seeing, that building this conversational AI is evolving in these limited days with it. It's like domains of specialized vendors and the data scientists and built in house by professional developers over there. And the low code users can build bots. Like there is no such restrictions that you should be able to have the certainly code over there. There is no code involvement, guys. Okay, there is no code involvement in developing these AIs for that, AI chatbots for that matters, because they are all provisionally developed in, which are built in house over there. Okay, which you can use a complete resource for them. And AI helps you to build and response from existing knowledge and the services over there. Like various services can be utilized for the matter. Okay, this is where that you build upon that. Okay, help you to build and respond from the existing knowledge and the services which are available. That so these are various various conversational AIs which are involved in various aspects over there. Next, what is Copilot in this matter? In the matter of this, what is Copilot? How do you establish that? So, so when you talk about this chatbot over there, okay. So when you talk about this, so these chatbots which we are developing out that in nowadays we develop these chatbots over there. So these chatbots tells what you that what does it is natural language unit models which are used for that. So common to be text based generally, yes or no? It's very common to the text based generally, and data query with APIs. So it's connected with the built-in APIs and the pre-built contents and the topics by makers over there, because we are all pre-builtly available that responses, and the request and the responses are all being available in the matters over there, and the request and the responses are all inbuiltly available in that. So for that inbuiltly available, that kind of systems where we are using out over there. And next is pre-built content and the topics by the makers and embedding with into the sites but slides on that. Okay, and the content context holding on it. So it should have that common in text based on that scale. Okay, and it should also develop that pre-built content on it. So this is a previous story where the conversational layer has been done. Now we have a co-pilot for the matters. Now we have a co-pilot matters. So what is that? The evolution of chatbots as convolutional assistants powered by large language models and generative AIs to assistance in your line of work. So now we have a line of work strategy with is called as natural multimodal interference and the grounding in multiple data sources. Like it also involves with multiple data sources on that matters over there, and it also involves in various bigging out the data on the matters. Like in this way, you can develop that your own chatbots for the matters like we have a grounding in multiple data sources, like works with some internal and external data sources. I told you that. So I share the data in the SharePoint, which is one power platform. From the data, it acts as an external data sources. From the data sources, we are connected to other sources and using that Copilot source. Next one is generative content capabilities, like generative AI powering Copilot building and responsive generations. So in this context, it is able to generate that content capabilities on the building with powering the Copilot responses only. And the next one is contextual interactions. Connected to the app experience, it lays over there. Next one is responsiveness and adaptability. Like flexible to configure the context of flexible to content the context of experience which we are seeing out. Is one kind of contextual meanings where the Copilot can be achieved on that response over there. Right. So we see that Copilot for every Microsoft cloud experience over there. The Copilot for every Microsoft cloud experience. So I told you that it has what I okay, it is connected with a one kind of platform, one connected platform over there. So what is this one connected platform? When you talk about one connected platform, it tells that it is being connected to each and individual roles of that Microsoft applications, all that. Okay. It is connected to your GitHub. We all know that GitHub. What is that GitHub? GitHub is one kind of repository storage which is there in the cloud. Now we have a Copilot for the GitHub also, because 49% of the share is been taken down by the Microsoft itself. So that's the reason these share applications, like that's the reason this share of applications has been connected for this Copilot also. So likewise, we have a Dynamics 365, we have a Power Platforms, we have a Microsoft 365, we have a Copilot for security and Copilot for Windows and Copilot for GitHub also. So Copilot for Dynamic 365, let's explore that first. Okay. This is one kind of Copilot to assist roles within each line of business applications over there. So like some kind of business applications over there for the financing sectors and the sales sectors. So we have a Copilot for the sales pro. Also, we have a Copilot for business analyst also. Likewise, Copilot is assisting in different sectors where it helps us to driven with the AI technologies itself, majorly for driving that AI technologies and adaptability. And the next one is Copilot for Power Platform. So let's see that what is the advantages where you can see that Copilots over there. Next one is Copilot for Power Platform. What does this Copilot Power Platform will do? So this uses the natural language to accelerate that and do some automated and the pages development on it. So it is one kind of AI applications. Like we have a Microsoft 365 apps which chat with your data. Like so you can chat with the data and analyze that data also. So we missed out to connect with that data over there. Let's connect with the data with some app to that storage. Okay, well, just a minute. Go back and see that. So yesterday's question, I forgot to do that. I'll do this now. Okay, I want to ask you that Copilot can analyze the data like pixels. So let's attach that file over there once. Okay, the file is too long. It is not able to get that. I'll copy that Excel file over there. Excel file. Yes. So Excel file is available. Now, what is the challenge of that? Give some visualizations related to the data. Analysis related to this spreadsheet. Let us give that prompts for trying out whether it's able to generate that from this XLS data set. So it is going to analyze that task related to that. Okay, what the data analyst will do on the task, like it is also going to explore that task code. So I forgot that to show that. That's the reason I'm showing that. It is executing the task in such a way that analyzing the spreadsheet data for insights and using the correct engine from the Excel file for that. So let's it undergone some kind of task, like whether it's going to happen that or not. So what does that result shows that I have retrieved the spreadsheets you provided that attempt to analyze it with the Python, but it seems that there are an issue with reading the file format. This could be due to some various reasons that file being corrupted or not being that. Okay, to provide you with some analysis, I would typically look at various statistics like that, some common points that help. So you don't be able to read this file, it cannot work. It's like let us try with another Excel file over there. Otherwise, just a second. We have an option here, guys. You can see that. Okay, I am using my personal account itself. We have an option here with the add-on file, add a file itself, guys. So once recheck that, I was using the general Copilot, which you people can also use that. Okay, where you can use that. Okay, you go on the prompt clear. Okay, click on this add a file. Choose select your Excel files related to that which you want to try that, but the size should be very small from the data. Okay. So I ask the same prompt related to that. Okay, again I'll give the same prompt. Let me try this. So I'm loading the same prompt related to that. Okay, you may give some analysis or some insight analysis. Insights, if you talk about the insights related to that, okay, let it be clear. Please pin option is not available. Why it's not showing that? I can see that the option is very clear. If you want to add the option, you can click on this add an image, and I have an option to add a file. In that way, I have added the file completely. It's very clearly can be visible. I'll show you once again also. I'll refresh this. Okay. After refreshing that, go to the prompt here, guys. I just give the prompt and just click on this add a file. So it is very clear that here I can add a file over there. It is loading. So let's wait to data to load in the prompt. Don't quickly click on the select enter button over there. Now the data is loaded, because if you click on that enter button without the loading, the information which is loaded over there will only be sent to the data itself. Okay. Just click on submit. So we'll wait for that model to train completely and give some insights related to that. So reading that file, okay, of this, okay, it is very slow in response of generation, guys. This Copilot is very slow in analyzing or giving that responses. That we will see this when you see that differences with this other prompt. Tomorrow we'll go in and explore with the other prompts. Like what is a competition of this Microsoft is a Google. That Google is Bart, okay, which is being called as Gemini. Okay, nowadays, okay, that we will see the comparison of several promptings for tomorrow. Like we see that image generations, and we see for the image identifications. All that we are going to explore that tomorrow's. So with the tomorrow class, you can see that comparison also, and also it seems that there is an issue with the file formats over there. Okay. Because the data includes multiple sales entries. Okay, it is able to understand, but not able to analyze that. Okay, if I ask that, can I get a bar graph? Whether it's able to generate or not, let's see that bar graph between. Okay, a bar graph between which I take that product ID and the quantity of the item sold. Was let's see that I'm not sure that it's not able to generate that over there. Okay, because that analysis option is clearly visible in the Excel itself, where it is able to generate that. Okay, I think it's not able to give that kind of responses when it is weak in extracting the data from the Excel on that point of that. So we have options to upload, guys, over there. Okay, and the people are telling that pin option is not available. So we have options. One check on that. I don't have option load Excel sheet in the. So see that it is telling that I am not able to extract the data and give you the graph related to the information like. So that I am able to provide the code from the Python for such a data to explore that over there. So where we don't have that kind of option that do that. See that I asked the prompt to give that graph for that responses, but it's telling the alternative way to give the answers for that. Okay. So that's a wrong way of dealing with the prompts over there. Okay. Where the data set is very clear that, okay, you can see that can you display the sheet? Can you display that spreadsheet? Once see that. Someone's asking you to display that spreadsheet related to that. Whether it's able to display that spreadsheet or not. Inconvenience for that. Yeah. Display the content of the spreadsheet is the issue with the file format. However, I can still provide the summary of the data extracted from the spreadsheet. Okay. So if I ask you on statistical things like what is the quantity of that? Okay. What is the total quantity of of quantity so? Okay. Let it can able to identify at least this also. See that what is the total of quantity so? So why I'm using this every time means I'm stressing that model to extract some information where it is able to identify some insights from the data. So I'm forcing that model. Okay, I'm forcing the model to understand something from the data itself. Okay, but this copilot cannot able to understand the data over there. See that what is the prompt which I given out there and what kind of responses I'm getting that. Okay. It's completely irrelevant of the responses which is getting out. So it is telling that I'm not able to extract that spreadsheet information from it. Okay. The spreadsheet is very clear, which is XLS format. I think so. Yes or no? Yes, XLS format only. I'll copy this code and paste it. Generate a plot related to the above information. So I am again forcing to get the answers from the data. This is the last chance of that. So whether it is able to understand that or not. So let's explore that whether it's able to give that answers from the data or not. It is executed the Python code for to resolve that over there. Okay. Says data on spreadsheet you have uploaded. However, it was issued with the file format that prevented the code from running. The error indicates that what is the error? The file format could not be determined as an engine must be specified manually. To resolve this issue, you need to specify the engine when loading the spreadsheet in panel. For example, if you are using an older Excel file, need to use XLD engine or X or for .xls files that engine is commonly used. Okay. To replace XLS with actual file, ensure the correct engine is installed. Right, it is not able to read that documents first of all, and like with the .xls files. That's a mistake we are using to explore it. Right. Okay. We'll go back and see this. So that is what it is able to do that. Okay. Previously, the one of the person is asking that. So now the Copilot is everywhere. Okay. The Copilot is everywhere related to this Microsoft Cloud with its some experiences. Okay, it can be used for Microsoft 365 also. It can be used for this Microsoft 365 and the Bing and Copilot for various versions. So Copilot for Windows, Copilot for security, and Copilot for GitHub, Copilot for Power Platform also. Okay, where this Copilot for GitHub. Okay. So what is that purpose? Copilot for GitHub. So it increases the developments and the productivity and helping them to write the code faster with a little work on that scale. Okay. So it has a chances for that. Okay. The feedbacks or the responses from that using this Copilot also is very high for that matter. Okay. That responses from that. So the control over there. Okay. The control where we see that and also been very high for that. Because it gives a conversational topics like so that's the reason I was looking for the various responses from that. That's what I was giving the various responses that it can able to train that. And for also the business needs, the first party Copilot can get you most of the way there, but sometimes you have a unique business process that need to be incorporated. And the next one is diverse tech portfolio. How do I bring my own data into Copilot and build my own Copilot experiences? This is what we are doing that for the tomorrow class. That okay, we build our own Copilot. We build our own Copilot by Copilot Studios over there. Okay. And next one is manage customizations. I want to know who is building customizations and what they have built. And they are looking for one central place for that. Okay. Manage customizations of the things. Okay. I want to know who is building customizations for that. Okay, this is what majorly the tomorrow class is all about. This Copilot Studios Microsoft. Okay, your Copilot and your ways and your buildings and your manageability itself. It's all about how do you customize, build, and manage that Copilots accordingly. So this is where the manageability of this Copilot can be done and installing this building up customizations accordingly. Okay. So we build our own Copilots and create and publish their Copilot for our organizations. And that intuitive of building this and experience and enhancing this with the large language models, such called as generative AIs. Okay, setting up our generative AIs in the Copilots over there. And we see the customized Microsoft Copilot, which is based on extended and customized the first party Microsoft Copilots and with own experiences which we are doing out over there. Okay. The own experiences which we build up and doing this usage of this Copilots over there. So this is a bit, there is no restrictions of using that Copilots over there. Okay, there is no restrictions of using the Copilot and you can use any kind of Copilots of your choice to add up that data and work on with this. Next, extend the customized first party Microsoft Copilots, okay, with your own enterprise scenarios. Okay, the Copilot Studio, which we are included with this Copilot is called as Copilot SQ. Okay, which that we can customize this Copilot accordingly. Okay. Next one is connected platforms. We have a connected platforms from the Copilot over there. Okay. So these gives that connections and the interactions of building up the customizations of that Copilots over there. And the connected platforms, it integrates and exposes various Microsoft conversational AI technology tasks like such as I told you that the cloud platform is also very important because we connect with that cloud platforms and gives the responses to our cloud platforms. Over there with that cloud platforms only the data is being connected with one single storage of the data like We have the integration with the Azure AI Studio and the cognitive services and the boot frameworks and the Power Platforms AI models and many more to that. And we have a managed Copilot experiences such as the governance and the control features. And that helps to monitor the usage with the full visibility and the customizations and the standalone Copilots also. So it has a building and customizability also. Okay, next one is Copilots and the conversational AIs. What is this Copilots and conversational AIs for them? So Microsoft 365 is a conversational experience for Microsoft 365, which is including with the Copilot, which is Copilot for Microsoft 365, which is adding out with various Power Copilot apps over there, which is adding up with this Microsoft Copilot or Copilots also. So for that matter, when you see that Web Biz app and the Power Copilots app over there, and for the D365 and the Power products over there, and other Microsoft Copilots over there, and the customs Copilots which are there. Okay, and the customs Copilots which are available to that. So likewise, we develop our own Copilots which are very much usage with the customized enterprise of the Copilots. So the Microsoft Copilot Studios, which we are building out our own Copilots for the tomorrow's class. And extending the customization is the first part Copilot, which can able to build custom Copilot on that scale. Okay. Based on the board framework and the SDK and the board service channels for that, and Azure AI channel studios and Azure cognitive services and the Power Platform connections and the AI builder for the matter. So likewise, there are many Copilot boot frameworks are available. Okay, that depends upon different aspects where you connect it. Suppose you want to connect with the Azure services. So you can connect with Azure Cognitive Services. You want to connect Azure AI Studio, you can connect with that. Or you want to connect with the various Power Platforms like Power SharePoints, PowerPoints over there, and the Power Platforms likewise. So you can connect with any kind of platforms over there and do that with the connections all that. So it is where we connect with the different platforms and use that. Okay. And the next one is AI Builder for that matter. We are building out this. So next, when you talk about the safety and security reasons for that, okay. When you talk about that safety and security point, safety and security is very important for them because data is transferred and connected to various sources. It's not about the connections between a single resource of the data. It connect with the various platforms on the data, like and dealing out that platform connections for every point of time. So that becomes a big headache when you don't have a security because so you have built your own copilots for that matter, and anyone can use that copilots without that interaction is very useless for building up that copilots itself because so your junk data is transferred to the other copilots information itself. That's useless for that. So what you do that we save that copilots for the various matters, and we have a Microsoft copilots and that matters. We have for that Microsoft apps with AI orchestrons with related to your data and the foundation models and AI tool chain for that and AI infrastructure that is related to your Microsoft cloud itself. So we have Azure Cognitive Services and Azure AI Services and Azure AI Builder for that matters. So all these are connected platforms over there. All these are the connected platforms which are connected to the various sources of the data and being use the data over there. Right. So I told you that Copilot for GitHub. What is that advantage of Copilot for GitHub? So when you talk about the Copilot for GitHub, okay, so that Copilot individual has a $10 and $100 per year, so that okay, which is pricing. Or suppose you want to choose for the business for your organization's Copilot, it is $19 per month USD. Okay, types of GitHub accounts. One is personal and other one is organizational time. And for that matter, when you see that, okay, and for that matter, when you see that telemetry and the blog suggestions and collects right to the editors and offers multiple line functional suggestions on that. And the organization wide policy managements and exclude specified files out there and audit logs. All that are the resources which we're looking out for the different prices which are available in Copilot GitHub sources and also for the Copilot individual and the business also it is available. So this is where we get this Copilot interactions with it over there. So next one is Microsoft Cloud runs on trust. Okay, your data is your data only. Your data from any fine tune is not used to train the foundation AI models itself. So your data is protected to be over there. Your data should be protected by the most comprehensive enterprise compliance and the security controls over there. So it's all about the controlling of the data over there. Okay. It's all about controlling the data, the securities matters by using a cloud over there. Okay, by using the cloud, it can be able to store the data also. Okay, so this is a way where you can get up that usage of the copilots for the cloud platforms. So next one is for that OpenAI to the Azure OpenAI for the services like Azure OpenAI. So the security is a basic when you use that OpenAI, and for when you choose for that Azure OpenAI services, like for the Microsoft OpenAI service, we have customer and manage keys for that, and you have SOCs for that complaints, and the built-in enterprise grade low latency modelize and ARM protection also been available for that matters. And the REST APIs is both available with the Python, with C Sharp and SDKs. Okay, it have a complete OpenAI models with AI solutions with PaaS available. Okay, which is one of the cloud technologies which are interactive. Okay, next we talk about that tomorrow's topic for the Copilot Studios. So these were the options being clearly available for the internal custom copilots and customer facing copilots and extend Copilot for Microsoft 365 Word. So these copilots gives an advantage of okay with a declarative rich responses on that natural language buildings. And the Copilot lifestyle is the test pane collaborations with ALM automation. The security is all that, where we have a security with the governance and the full visualizability and the fully compute with automation technologies are completely been available for that. So this gives an advantage of usage of these copilots with a clear and meaningful way for this Copilot Studios. So next, building a copilot that works for you. What is that source where you can build up these copilots of your choice of that? So there are several markets for building up the copilots for that. There is various huge market is available in demand by using this copilots. As a rich source of copilots in your data gives you an understandability of the copilots when you talk about that department wise over there. Like for the IT department, optimize employees troubleshooting, like reset my password, refresh my laptops, so custom like support services and equipment requests for that. So in this way, this can be help up. And for the operation teams, You find case files, find the documents, and order timelines for them. And for the HR people, where these copilots can help you to build up works for you, like improve the employee satisfaction and retention levels. Like someone sign up for the LTK plan for the what kind of benefits it can provide for you. Like what is that benefit where it can give you for that kind of benefits. You can be and the time to book off for that all that. Like there are various sources where it can give you an advantage of getting that sum. Okay, and travel and transport. Okay. And we have a different travels industries, like various industries, like called as travel and transport, like bookings, managing the bookings on that, and the professional services like leading the generations, like government is a public programs, like what do you want to analyze, and that a retailer like managing the orders, health is for the automatic claims for the insurance is done, and the services related to that. How do you manage that services? And education administrations, like how to get these kind of financial aid for that supports for the education also can be and the manufacturing industry, like how do we cross check the stock of the materials or so all that is been available in that copilots to build upon your settings for the data sets. So next, when you talk about what's in Copilot Studios, okay, what are available in this Copilot Studios? Okay. So in Copilot Studio, when you talk about that, we have Copilot Building Studios, and we have Azure. Okay, and we have Automation Studio, and we have a Admin Studio itself. So this is where they can check up on the advantage of taking that Automation Studios for the mat. Just give me a couple of minutes. Okay. So we are in building up these Copilot Studios for the matters, and these are some multiple channel platforms which are available for various like SMS platforms on that, like social services and native to Copilot Studio. We have these kind of platforms and some of the Microsoft partners like Idea Codes and Incofilent and below on that. So these generative AI in the Copilot Studios, so it can able to generate the conversations and can also guide that by building that. So there are two options for that. So it can connect and extend that by Microsoft Copilots and team with collaborative apps, and also can use for the developer tools for the apps. We have Dynamics 365 and the business apps for the models. So to answer, to act upon, and to build upon these kind of platforms is very much triggered for the model to develop that. So this is powered by an Azure OpenAI services for that. So this has an ability to generate the actions and the answers and the buildings for that matters. The next one is the generative AI is changing building on it. Okay, we have a traditional example called as Azure tenant and infra. So create its topics in code using Visual Studio and this SDKs all that. So these are some missed opportunities and the time spent in and bring these business opportunities for that. So every time your knowledge content changes and goes on update the copilot in the code, every time you need to customize that analytics, the pipeline services. So when you want to deploy that copilot of a service over there, what you need to do is that you need to every time do the some customs analytics every point of time. Okay, and do some changes in the topics up to date on the content itself. So this gives only the advantage of building up that kind of topics. Okay. Next, we have generative AI in changing. Previously, we have a generative AI is changing building with manually. Okay, this is for the traditional model called as Azure over there, and this is for the generative AI models for the process. Okay, for this point, when explore that, we are full no explicit NS training or the custom modes required for that because it's a powerful model for that. Okay, it has a point to knowledge services as an useful both in minutes with the generative AI, and that can customize and copilot with the business critical topics over there. And developer this low codes and users to collaborate with the same canvas with the data. All that can we see that okay, these are some relevant terms to you should be followed and understood for the timeline. So what are these timeline projects where you can understand that is. So, generative AI broadly classifies as LLM is a large language, RAG is a retrieval augmented generations, and the GPT is generative pre-trained transformers for that. And we have a plugins like skills which you can extend that plugins on that matters. So likewise, there are various resources which you can work on with that. So this is the way where you can interact with various LLM models for that. Okay. So next, building journeys for different needs for that. So like customize the Copilot for M365, which is standalone and Azure AI Studios for the matters. So okay, we have such kind of interactions with the models over there. And we can build up your customized Copilot with the end-to-end Copilot interactions with the Omni channels and live agent and of channels with that. So these are some escalations where if the Copilot cannot handle that kind of transaction. First, we'll go back into authorized topics for that. Next, that kind of responses, we look upon that kind of responses. And do some, if your Copilot is not able to answer the queries onto that range of these generative responses for that. So next, that escalation team will send back if the Copilot cannot handle that conversation. It will escalate by an human assistance only. So that's what the third stage of end-to-end Copilot conversion is goes on for that matters. Okay, these are some with the relevant things which okay, this is very important called as Copilot Studios matters. So this gives an advantage of including the Copilot for Microsoft 365 and Azure AI Studios. Okay, and the standalone over there. Okay, these can interact with connect with different data sources outside that Okay, the Copilot reach, and also can be registered, redesigned businesses over there also. So these acts upon that advantage of giving out the model to interact with each and individual resources of the data set. So this kind of interactions are very much. So please share the PPT. Sure, I'll share the PPT on that scale. Okay, these are some Copilot Studio interactions which are designed for rule-based dialogue management. Okay, and the conversational orchestras with the P built over there, and the managed SaaS with no infrastructure built in security with the governance, where you are using this Copilot with standalones only. Because you don't have that kind of access for that. Okay, when you are using this Copilot for MS365, you have such kind of access for the models. Okay, this is where that Copilot end-to-end conversion goes on. Guys, that's it for today's overview. Right, any queries? How to create plagiarism free text? We have a plagiarism free text right over there. Okay. So that we can extract by this. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss that free text, and we will also check that in the plagiarism site also. So we'll compare with two generative AIs tomorrow class, and we also develop our own generative AIs itself, like our own Copilot. So okay, just freeze your question for tomorrow's, like we'll connect or we develop the free version of Copilot text, and we'll check the generated text in the Copilot generated text in the plagiarism site also. Okay, like we have edit pad like site over there. We'll check that whether it's a plagiarism free or not. The generated answers are okay. Okay, just see that. Hold out with your question tomorrow. Right. Any other queries? You have any other queries? You can ask out. What is Copilot Studio? Yeah, that's where tomorrow's topic is. And that Copilot Studio only, we are developing our own Copilots over there, guys. So in the Copilot Studio only, we are developing our own Copilot. Okay, what kind of security is provided? Okay, security is governance is provided by our open Azure systems. Azure OpenAI, where the Copilot security is provided over there, guys. So that gives an ability to with encrypted files over there. Okay, with some encrypted files, you get that security and privacy, all that, because that security is very high in kind of causing any harms for that. Okay, in that we have a Microsoft Copilot for securities. Okay, that way is also been purchased for that. Okay, because it has some orchestras over that. Okay, and we have a plugins for also that. Okay, we have orchestras which is very protected security, and we have a Windows Microsoft Defender XDR and Microsoft Entra and Microsoft Defender External Attack Surface Management are also Intune and Purify. Likewise, there are 4 levels of security available for that matters. Okay, like any other queries? Everything has to be purchased, of course. Of course, everything should be purchased itself, because everything in AI in nowadays is being purchased itself. Okay, is Copilot Studio free access with the MS365 account? Yes, it is been available with 50 to 60% of the options are free of that, can be used upon, and other options of 40% of the options are being used for Copilot Pro itself. Okay, you can access with 60% of options in the Copilot Studio with the free, or also for MS365. But to get all the full-fledged of the options of the usage, you need to go for Copilot Pro itself. Right. Any other queries, guys? Right. Yes. Thank you. Right, Chandana.
You
Yeah.
are done,
That's
right, Arvind?
yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I can take up the session.
Sure.
Sir and madam, I shared a feedback link. Please mark your attendance. So meanwhile, any questions for me, you can let me know. I will answer the questions. I don't see any questions in the chat box. So I hope all are clear with the LMS, all the things. Okay. So good to go. We'll wind up this session for the day. Okay. So okay, it's time to close. Okay, then. Yep. Thank you so much for joining. We'll meet on tomorrow. Yep. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.